Don't forget to follow Grit Daily News as well as me, your host, Loralyn Mears, everywhere on social media. And how about throwing 4 or 5 stars our way if you're listening to Apple or Spotify? Subscribe to our show.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Grit Daily Podcast. This is the Grit Files with your host, Loralyn Mears. And in the house today, we've got Victoria Loskutova. Now, why should that name sound familiar? Well, like me, she's a columnist at Grit Daily, and she amplifies the voices of women in tech because we all need a little more diversity in the industry. And she runs and co-founded a company called Badass Bureau. Now, with a moniker like Badass Vic on Twitter, this is probably going to be a pretty gritty interview. So let's get right into it. Hey, Victoria, welcome to the show.
Hi, Loralyn. Thank you. And thank you for such a nice intro.
Well, you've got all kinds of cool stuff going. And so we're just going to start things and just, kind of go right for the jugular. Tell us about what the grittiest thing is that you've experienced on your path to founding or co-founding Badass Bureau.
Well, the greatest thing, to be honest, is when the idea started to become a reality. So it all started like the most things in projects with the idea. So I wanted to amplify women in tech and create more role models for future generations and for the girls who are just entering the tech industry. And that's how it started. And that's the main thing and the main mission and the main goal of the project.
So Vic, talk to me about things that have changed and what's grown since Badass Bureau launched.
Okay, so first of all, we started last year, and even before the launch, we already had our first clients, and it was incredible that people trusted us even before they saw the website or before they actually subscribed at our website. Now creators can also subscribe on our website, and newsmakers can also subscribe at our website.
Let's talk about the positioning in that, because you and I are both people who like to amplify the efforts and the voices of other women, but it doesn't mean that we don't like men or non-gendered people. Right. Let's talk about that. I think that that's really important. It's very easy to be misperceived that we're just like, oh, it's just women and we hate men. And that's not it at all. It really takes people of all flavors and all genders to put together something that's innovative, creative, interesting, and on point. And I want to get your comments on that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you said, we are not trying to, eliminate men or we hate men. As a matter of fact, my co-founder is a man, and Stuart, is supporting women big time. And, when I invited him to join the endeavor, he was super excited because I knew his position before we started our startup, Badass Bureau, and that's why we are in the position that we are not hating or we are not sexist, and we don't want men to feel aside of this. Men have to be very much part of this. I don't want to say, maybe I can say that, like, new revolution, because I think that the world is changing so fast right now. So it's still a fact that around 80% of the tech industry is male dominated. And well, it is what it is, but here we are helping women to, show off and also show off as badass professionals in the industry. And many men actually support women and support our position, and we are open for men to come join and educate women and support them in the workspace, in the industry, and I think it's very important.
Now, you've thrown out a lot of pretty heavy terms there: Web3, metaverse, and maybe people in our listenership don't know those terms. They're not familiar with it. So let's make this really simple. Pretend you're pitching me as a 5-year-old, or I'm an alien on another planet, and you're trying to explain, what does Badass Bureau really do?
All right. So Badass Bureau is an online agency, online PR agency for female founders and executives in tech. And we are focusing on human connection, on people, on individuals, on women in our case, and care about what people do and what are their solutions more, and rather than just on their product and on their project that they are creating. Because we think that why you are doing something is more important than what you're creating. So as Simon Sinek said in his one of the most popular TED talk ever, that every entrepreneur has to start with why he's creating something and then end with what is the actual solution, the actual product.
Oh, and that's spot on. I love Simon Sinek. And like everybody else, we all know, start with why. And as a female founder, when I start with why, I'm an egalitarian and a social entrepreneur. So my whole why behind Steerus, which is a company I founded, is because I believe that everyone, regardless of socioeconomic status or background, should have equal access and opportunity to education, to upskilling, and to career opportunities. So that's my why. And I get jazzed doing it. So talking about things that kind of take us out at the knees, everyone's got kryptonite, like Superman, right? He just lost it whenever he had kryptonite, lost all those superpowers. What's your kryptonite, Badass Vic?
Wow, that's a good question. My kryptonite, my superpower. Like recently, so I will tell a little story. So when you are creating something, you're always like kind of in this game. You're rolling the ball every day, and you want to make it to do it faster, to make the progress, and you are ambitious and stuff like that. So you are, when someone sees you, it's a totally different perspective. And recently, I've been said that I am a powerhouse. That I've changed through the years, through last year so much that it's almost unbelievable. And even my hair changed like 3 times, and the color and everything. So just to add, so I think my kryptonite is, my superpower is helping people.
It's the thing to do. Like, let's help each other. So last question. This is a really fun one. Every person I know has a pair of shoes that really personifies who they are. It represents their personality. Talk to us about what that pair of shoes is. It stilettos? Is it a pair of sneakers? Like, what is it? Is it some badass cowboy boots? What is it, Victoria? The footwear that represents your personality. Tell us about that pair of shoes or boots or whatever it is.
It's funny you asked that, because one of my recent favorite Cardi B tracks has some lines about shoes, and as she sings and tells about shoes, like these are bloody shoes, the red bottom shoes, but I don't want to choose. I can have them both. and don't don't cut the boo, don't cut me, don't cut the boo, because I want them both and I want them now because somebody else is gonna buy them. So I want these and the bloody shoes and the red shoes, and I want them all and don't cut the boo. So so what shoes are really representing me? I can tell that I really like to change the shoes and the outfits and the shoes that are just fun, that can tell about my personality. Well, recently I'm wearing this very comfortable boots that I'm wearing them with skirts and with trousers. And so they're very comfy, they're very good quality. I can wear them anywhere. They will look on point, stylish, and nice at the meetings, at the casual, at the work meeting, anywhere. So yeah, I guess for now, those are my shoes.
Perfect. I did have you pegged as a boot girl. So with that, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much, Victoria Loskutova of Badass Bureau. We wish you great success in helping all these other women amplify their voices in tech. Thank you, Victoria.
Thank you, Loralyn. It was a pleasure to talk to you, and I wish you great success and all the best in 2022.
And how about that fantastic intro by Touch Circle?